Did you know that South America is home to the highest mountain outside of Asia, and therefore the highest mountain in both the western and the southern hemispheres? This is Aconcagua, the highest mountain in the Americas and one of the famous Seven Summits. Aconcagua is located in the Principal Cordillera, which is a subrange of the Andes that makes up the boundary between central Chile and Argentina, and also serves as the continental divide between the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. Specifically, Aconcagua is located on the Argentinian side of the range, about 9 miles from the border with Chile. Aconcagua began forming roughly 25 million years ago, when the Nazca Plate to the west began subducting under the South American Plate to the east as part of the Andean orogeny. Interestingly, the mountain was actually a stratovolcano until roughly 10 to 8 million years ago, when the angle of the Nazca Plate shifted to become shallower, therefore cutting Aconcagua off from its volcanic roots. Despite no longer being volcanic in nature, Aconcagua continued to grow, and today it stands at 22,837 feet, again making it the highest point in South America and one of the Seven Summits. But despite its impressive height, Aconcagua is a surprisingly easy mountain to climb. In fact, the mountain is often considered the easiest mountain of its height to climb in the entire world, and it's also considered the world's highest trekking peak. This means that the standard route to the summit doesn't actually require any mountaineering equipment, such as ropes, axes, or pins. Due to its relatively easy nature, Aconcagua was attempted as early as 1883 and was first summited in 1897, making it the highest mountain in the world ever climbed at the time of its first ascent. In the 100-plus years since the first successful ascent of Aconcagua, the mountain has become extremely popular, especially among novice mountaineers. Today, roughly 3,500 climbers attempt to reach the summit of the mountain every year. But despite the fact that Aconcagua is relatively easy to climb, especially compared to other mountains of similar heights around the world, it's actually known as the Mountain of Death, as it sees more fatalities than any other major summit in South America. However, the high number of fatalities has little to do with anything specific to Aconcagua, and is more so related to the number of inexperienced climbers attempting the mountain that are unprepared for the levels of altitude and cold weather that they experience. And even though it's referred to as the Mountain of Death, Aconcagua actually only sees roughly 3 fatalities per year on average, which is less than 0.1% of the 3,500 climbers that attempt it. So if you're willing to accept the risks that are associated with the sport, and you're interested in getting into high-altitude mountaineering, Aconcagua is actually a great place to start, and it's certainly near the top of my